worlds collide. We gather round with mixtures we can't hide. YouTube's our stage where the magic unfolds. Welcome to the show where the flavors behold. Mixing and vaping are in for a ride. The clouds we create, we can't deny. From strawberry delight to a caramel dream.
Well, if that's what he said on Facebook, then
Welcome
guess
to
what?
the
It's a-
U.K.E-liquid Mixing Show. They do it all the time. They just don't. I tell them I'm going live, and then they blame me that I'm not going live. So, welcome to the U.K.E-liquid Mixing Show. It is a Wednesday night, and it's time to talk a little bit of mixing and things. If you are new to the channel and it's your first time mixing, don't forget you can put any question you want in there. Any question at all. It's not a silly question, just put it in the chat and we'll get round to it. If you're stuck on a flavour, if you're stuck on anything regarding mixing and you don't know where to go, just put it in chat and we'll bring it up and we'll talk about it. If you are in chat, just have a look at the top and see if you're in Twat chat. If you're in Twat chat, swap it over to live chat and you'll keep up with everything we are doing. So you got on tonight. You got myself, Benny Vapes. We've got our own mixing detective, which is Liam Sherlock Holmes. We've got our own maestro of mixing, which is Tim Advocate for Liberty. And we've got the Lady Liberty, the Green Goddess of mixing, which is Lady Liberty. There you go.
I'm staying in Twat chat. I'm staying in Twat chat. I'm doing it.
It's more interesting. It's more interesting being in Twat chat because you can talk about something that's been gone in the past tense. Okay. So what we're going to do is we will get Liam to do a little shouty outies.
Yeah, I'm just going to read out from Twat chat.
Yeah, just read Twat chat. Yeah, fuck 'em.
I miss somebody out every week anyway, so it doesn't matter. I don't think anyone would notice. Right, so in chat tonight we've got Brian Ferguson, Jack Stephen, John Vaping Joker, Stephen DeRissi, who else? Neil Pitts. I'm just seeing a lot of Brian Ferguson. The Vaping Heat. John McClintock. Happy birthday, by the way, John. Cheryl Demas. Birdman69. Rocky Tooney. And I believe that may be everybody.
So yeah, so while we're on, we'll just think. Birdie, big love to your brother. I hope you are well, because he had an unfortunate passing in the family. So I hope you are well, brother, and keep your chin up. Like I say, we're here for you.
It was an anniversary, but
love.
yes. Anniversary, but yes.
Yeah.
So it hits.
And that while we're on, we will say happy birthday to John. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, John McLean of you, Ginger Jesus. Happy birthday to you.
And I was worried about screwing it up, so I didn't sing along. And you did such a good job screwing it up for us, Benny. I feel better.
And Bunny's just popped in. Evening, Bunny.
Hey, Bunny.
Oh, dropping everything. Right, so what we'll do is we'll have a little bit of a buffet. Who wants to go first? Take your pick. Anybody.
I'll go first.
Go on then.
Hadron 250C with the Steam Crave Aromamizer V2 on top. And in that, I am vaping on the last of a commercial.
Ooh. What you got?
I got some Rosie's Kitchen.
Rosie's Kitchen.
Thick Devon custard.
Ooh.
And
your thoughts? Is it a thick Devon custard?
No. It's a nice custard, but I wouldn't have said it's a thick Devon custard. But it is a nice custard. It hasn't really got those thick cream notes or anything that you'd expect from a thick Devon custard. There are some cream notes, but they're not thick ones.
Yeah.
Doesn't
You could
have
call-
doesn't have that mouthfeel.
No, you could call it it
No.
can be a custard. It's the custard. If anyone remembers that, it's the custard.
I'm sure I'm getting notes of like Cat V1 in there as well, which surprised me, seeing as it's a commercial, but then it's a short fill, so
It's
they
a
can
short
get away
film.
with using
It
it.
is. Yes, yes, yes.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like Cat V1 and Devon Cream, and then just say thick Devon custard. Done.
Isn't that the mod with the customized door too?
It is, yes, yeah,
Yeah.
properly customized. I mean,
Have you read
it talks and everything.
Oh, look at that.
It talks and it even comes with an umbilical cord.
Yeah. I also picked up a couple of other ones as well, so I might be vaping one of these next week as well. We got Rosie's Kitchen banoffee pie.
I find the banoffee pies are usually really shit, to be honest with you. There's
I
only
make-
one that's half decent, which is Dispergo's.
To be honest with you, after going through the Devon custard, I'm expecting it to be a custard with a hint of. I'm expecting it to be a custard with a slight hint of caramel and a candy banana.
Banana.
That's what I'm expecting. And I also picked up. I run out of VG, so I had no choice but pick up liquids until I waited for my VG to turn up. I also picked up some Donut King.
Oh, see, I don't mind Donut King.
See, key lime cream.
Key lime cream. I quite
Which-
like their vanilla. Their vanilla donut one's quite nice. Quite like that.
It's a profile that I haven't seen before. So I thought key lime cream might be quite nice.
Yeah,
Right,
they
and-
don't, like I say, they don't do the donut cake. That they do another. There's another one. It's the same company, same recipes, but they both do the same profiles. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They're all right.
I learned something as well. If you need VG quick, Lubrasolve are on Amazon.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, next day delivery.
I think
Covered
it's a
in
bit
the
more
prime.
expensive though than.
I think it was 28 quid for 5 litre.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit more expensive. If you go get it direct from them, it's cheaper than it is on Amazon. I think I looked before. You only
See,
say it's
I-
a couple of quid cheaper, but I'm a tight ass Yorkshireman. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, see, I don't mind paying a couple of extra quid for that next day delivery, especially when it's needed.
Yes, yeah. If you need it, don't you?
Yeah. Right. I will now pass it over to Cassie.
Completely making me lose my train of thought. I got the recoil on the Thelema, and I'm vaping a boozy blueberry coffee milkshake,
A boozy.
which is that picture behind me, Brian. He's gonna make a milkshake after the show now because of my picture. And so I don't have to just type it all out. Neil, the powdered sugar from Wonder Flavor, it does get a tiny bit of a bakery note after it steeps. But if you use it low, you'll get just mostly the powdered sugar and you should be able to bury it with those other flavors. Otherwise, I would pick up the one-on-one if you can find it because that's the only real one there is.
Yep. Also works really well if you want to create icings.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it gives that the powdered sugar where it kind of almost glazes like on a donut. It does give you that like mouthfeel, which is I don't know how they do it.
Only if you I found that it only gives you an icing mind if you mix it with something like a frosting.
Yep.
You mix it with a frosting, you get that icing.
It'll work with the frosting. You can get it a little bit with the Lorenz cream cheese. Works a little bit too. It gives you an icing like feeling.
And with caramel, it gives you a nice caramel glaze.
That sounds good.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Cassie.
Don't worry.
No, that's fine. I mean, I was typing it all in chat. This was just easier. And that's all I've got right now. So, Tim.
Okay, so I had the Blaze Solo on top of the Dreamer clutch with the custom button from CJ, and then I'm still because it's just Desktop Warrior Ruyan Reserve on Streets. So I kind of got a semi-commercial situation there going on. It's commercial, right? Technically. And then I've got the Fog kit, the fog mod with Vena on top. And then that, I'm actually vaping the double melon made back in August. It was sitting on my desk. I found it as I tried it. It's like, ooh, that's really tasty. I'll put it in chat for anybody who's interested. It's a real easy one. It's just 2 melons put together. Yeah, and I'll pass it to Benny.
We want double melon before melons.
That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was going to ask.
Yeah, it's double watermelon SSA and hammy melon from Wonder Flavors together, and it's
So,
delicious.
so it's triple melon.
So it's triple melon, yeah.
Technically, in a way, it's 2 melon flavors. It's double.
You're
It's a double.
liar.
That's
Exactly.
false advertising. False
It's a lot of-
advertising.
yeah.
It's really
That
tasty,
isn't it? Double melon, and we've only got 3 melons in it. Yeah.
Oh, hammy melon tastes like 2 melons in one.
Is it me now then?
It is.
Right, so I'm on the guar with the Seikers on top, and inside that I've got some. If you like I say, if you budget juice, that's a banger. If you're a bit of a budget juice, this Hayati Pro Max line, quite nice. I like that it's got little markings on the side as well. Can you see?
Yeah, so you can see how much you're vaping.
Well, so yeah, if you can get that, pick that. It's only cheap. You can pick them up from what is it? From about £5 for a bottle. Get it wrong on that. So I'm on that. I'm also on the. Sorry, if you think I'm a bit slow, I'm not feeling cracking. I'm fucking freezing, and I'm not feeling cracking. I've just turned eating up full. It were on like 18. He was having 18. I've just turned up to 21, but I'm not. I'm feeling a bit weird, a bit woo. So I'm on the Naked AIO from Innikin, which should be out open for Expo, but it might be if they have one in October. It might be there. I think with a few delays on it there. And inside that, I've got some of my own RY4 that I made myself that I quite like. It's just a little bit of RY4, some couple of creams in it, sugar cookie. Got a bit of sugar cookie in it.
Yeah, I heard, Benny, that the delay is due to the gap between the tank and the mod. They can't get it quite. They couldn't get it quite right.
No, that's what it is.
They wanted a little bit more of a gap.
Yeah, no. I've asked them. I said, you've got aesthetically, it's got to have that gap in it. That's to allow the air to flow around underneath it to keep it cool.
That's like the Teen Titan tower on top. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I got I heard of this update on the news in my ear. It's coming in. Yeah. The reason Benny's heat isn't working is because he worked on it last. He's gonna have someone else come in and fix it.
Yeah, it could be that, to be fair. Could be that. Right, so we have got a quick question from Heed. He said, what would you say is a good shake and vape recipes, as I'm not very patient when it comes to steep times? Your fruits are your best ones. Definitely your fruits. All your fruits are going to, they more or less don't need a lot of steeping. There's a couple of...
The double melon right there.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He just pops it in there. There's a couple of them that do need a little bit to play with each other a couple of days.
Don't rule anything out. I mean, I vape custards and stuff fresh and enjoy them fresh. So a shake and vape is what you enjoy vaping off a shake.
See, what I find is when you mix it fresh like this, obviously it's RY4, it's creams, it's RY4, some vanilla, sweet cream in there, some sugar cookie. And I vape that straight off at bat. But as you're using it, because obviously I've got it in mouth to lung and I don't use it all the time, it's steeping as I'm using it, innit? Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Especially in a tank like that, where it gets heat like that, because it'll actually warm it up and steep it faster.
Yeah. So,
but yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I'm with Liam on that, like custard and stuff, but I know the flavor that you get off the shake. I know it's off, but I've gotten so used to doing it like Liam. We've done it so many times. We can ignore that off note and just wait till it's gone and not even hardly realize it. I think that comes with
I vape my cheesecakes and my milkshakes, my custards. I vape everything off the shake.
Yeah.
But I vape it slow enough that it steeps, so I know exactly how long it's going to take to steep. And then I know if I mix it again, I just mix that one and set it aside and vape something else.
And it
The
says,
ones I can't are the butyric,
Gotta
those
have
heavy butyric ones need the steep.
No.
Sometimes they just have to.
No,
little,
Arnie, no
little
chocolate. No
little
chocolate.
chocolate. Are you all chocolate now? Yeah, we're finally
We
there.
only got a few more weeks left of chocolate, and then the final episode will be out.
I find some
Yeah,
shake
but
and
on
vape
top of the
flavors is
chocolate, we
good.
got other flavors we have to test this week too.
He says,
Yeah, I
I
got
find
R&D
some,
work.
He says, I find some shake and vape flavour is good, but can sometimes taste the nick. The problem is then, if you taste it, what nicotine you're using.
Mm.
Mm.
That's what you've got to... Do you know what I mean? And how are you mixing it? I know that obviously you're on a show with... but when are you putting your nicotine in? That's the thing. Are you putting it in first or are you putting it in last?
Yeah, putting in a last. We've learned that a long time ago. How Liam, sometimes it gets in that drip and that tip, and ooh, that can be spicy.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
why I'm thinking if you're putting it in last, and Liam will explain why you don't put it in last.
Yeah, it's only on certain bottles, though. It's not on all of them. Certain bottles that that nicotine, when you give it that first initial shake, it actually pushes that nicotine right up into the nozzle. And when you carry on shaking it, that 72 milligram nicotine or whatever strength you're using doesn't always come out of that nozzle and mix in.
These
So on-
long ones, they
Yeah,
get
so
stuck
on,
in there.
yeah, so on your first squirt into your tank or your RDA, again, it's not too bad on the tank. It's more of an RDA problem because obviously the first three or four squirts are the ones that you're going to be vaping on the cotton. But yeah, you end up with a 72 milligram nicotine issue.
He says he's doing 3 milligram hybrid 50-50 in first. So he puts that in first.
So even in first, it can stick to the plastic. We usually stick to the bottom, but
Yeah,
I usually put I put in my flavorings first, then my nic, then my VGPG, so it has a little bit of base underneath it.
I think it's just
all preference.
I think it's just some people are more
Susceptible.
more they're more
Sensitive?
yes, they're more sensitive to the taste of nicotine. That's what I think it might be.
Also depends on what mix it is. Like certain mixes, if they're really light or like fruity or something like that, you'll taste that nicotine more at first until it really gets to settle in. Versus like a
and that's
bakery, a
another
nice
thing.
bakery
How
won't
long-
necessarily taste as much.
How long are you shaking it for, Hid? If you're doing like 2 shakes and then vaping it, it's not mixed properly. You've got to shake it like shit.
Yeah.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Shake it. Yeah, Bunny's saying always best to put Nick in first. It is.
Can't do that with short fills though.
No, that's the thing, innit? You can't do it with short fills, can you? You can't. You can't do it with short fills. But like I say, best thing to do if you got a short fill is shake the shit out of it, proper shake the shit out of it, and then let it sit a minute, and then give it another damn good shake, and then if you can, leave it on. How long do you wank? Mate, about 30 seconds nowadays, to be honest with you.
It depends on whether he uses the old flashlight or the new one.
Yeah. Oh dear. So, and Bunny is on she's on the Inikin PZ Pulse Kit with Mango Lassie and the Overkill Coffin Mod with Valkyrie XL and Luzo 3.142 Frol Fluid.
See, I'm going to upset people though because I'm putting nicotine in my short fill because I've literally just run out. So I'm going to upset people now by just dumping it in, giving it a quick shake, and then vaping it.
Not wrong with that.
None of this letting it sit for half hour.
Talks a good game and then goes and does the opposite. Yeah.
These things are very
I love
very
'em.
handy to have.
Oh yeah.
They
Mhm.
even-
Mine's right
they-
here.
They even work on the little ones.
Yes.
You just,
Not on all of them though. Not on all of them.
I've got it working on all of them.
Yeah, I
That
can use
bit-
that in this
that
one.
bit
The little
there.
ones.
Yeah.
That bit there.
Some of that.
You just
Yep,
slide
the little this
right
part.
in, and then
Got
just
PG,
lift.
PG on it. And mine's the one from Bull City, so
Yeah. I've got the
You know,
alpha
don't
one
forget-
somewhere. I don't know what that is.
yeah, don't forget
Go-
that too.
Going from the smell on this short fill, Benny, I may have been a bit harsh on them.
Oh, it's smelling nice.
It does smell nice. I'm not sure how much pie's in there, but I'm definitely smelling the banana and the caramel.
Ooh.
Ryan, that's a really good idea. If you can manage to tape it to the tip of your dog's tail for a minute and you can get him really happy, it'll shake really well.
Oh, I
Dude.
remember when it.
Touch it. The way her tail goes, we could like tape like 5 bottles along her tail. It's long enough and just let her go.
Yeah, but it
remember
might
when
turn to
it-
foam and explode with the way she
Yeah.
shakes.
Thanks, I. The Nick taste does eventually die after a tank or so, mainly in an idea where the taste is worse, but again, eventually goes. Yeah, it could be just that you're sensitive to it, that first bit. It could be just it's sitting on your cotton. Do you know what I mean? I use my pliers with Nick's short ones. So much easier. Yeah, I've got pliers.
How long has your, I mean, we usually keep our Nick in the freezer, but when you always have some out usually that you just put in. If you do that, what's out, how long has it been out? That could be a factor too. If it's been sitting for a little while, it might have a little taste to it.
I've been using a butter knife for years to prise off the lids of the little bottles in the Nick shots.
I remember that. I remember watching you do that one night. I thought you were going to cut yourself with a butter knife.
You can use the cap to take
Yeah,
off.
I know. I know
Hey, if you got a nice sturdy table, you can just pop that edge right off, just like a beer bottle. There you go. Now, good luck with the PG, VG, and everything else going on.
Yeah. Jeffy J's on the Argus P2 with some pixie juice too, Satsuma and pineapple. And very nice. Very nice. Very nice indeed.
I've been looking at the pineapples flavorings on my desk thinking, I need a new pineapple flavor.
Is there any new ones out?
Out. No. R&D, yes. This flavor's coming real quick.
Oh, film.
We're not so sure I'm supposed to say it's a major flavor company. We all know.
We're doing some beta testing again.
Well,
Yeah,
it's not beta.
I can understand
it's
your R&D. Obviously, Sean, you're right, mate. I can understand that, but if someone's releasing flavours, then I don't see
I don't
what
know
difference
for
it is.
sure if these are
Have you
going to be released.
Have you
All of them are
have you
going to be
signed
released.
an NDA?
It's an R&D situation. They're not released yet, so I don't know for sure
have
if
you
they're all
signed a
released.
disclaimer to say you will not talk about them?
I agreed to not talk about them.
Yeah, but what happens? Some of these big flavor companies, and I have my suspicions as to who, actually send out tester packs to people in the community,
Exactly what they did.
and basically it goes on. They then collate all the notes from all of the testers, which is when they decide what they're releasing. So if you get, so say they send it out to 50 people and they get free of charge, by the way, as well. It must cost them a fair bit. When they send them out to the testers, so they get 50 notes back. Say they get 40 notes turning around and saying this is an absolutely fantastic pineapple.
That'll be
give
released.
give a really good breakdown of it. It'll be released. It doesn't matter if those 10 people didn't like it, because it goes on the majority, which is the way it's the way it should go. And it's the way that the vast majority of these flavor companies should do it, rather than just go, yeah, we'll release that.
Sorry, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say this too loud, but FA, please start doing this. Sorry.
And occasionally, I'm sure some of them, some of the ones are getting no. If they're
Everybody
not-
says no.
If they're not a bad flavor, but it's just not hitting that flavor profile, I wouldn't be surprised if they're reformulated and released under a different name.
Or just change the name. It might not fit the profile. Sometimes flavors are a good flavor, but they're not what
Yeah.
they are
You know,
called.
it's like
Frank.
say they send you say they send you a caramel donut, and this is very heavy on the donut with very little caramel, and that's the feedback they get from most of them. They might just release it as like a base donut.
Yeah.
I've ordered a new chair. Thank you, everybody,
About
for
time.
donations over Christmas. Much appreciated. I did have enough when it came through to put towards a new chair. So
Nice.
I didn't have quite enough, but it gave me a good half towards it anyway. So
Oh
I've
yeah,
ordered a new
because YouTube takes a chunk out,
one. yeah.
big chunk.
So I've ordered a new one, a nice big comfy one that takes £300. So I won't be sinking because I'm sinking down now on this one. So yeah,
I've had some of the cheaper ones. I've had some of the cheaper ones, Benny. Is like they're not that cheap, at like 80, 90 quid.
Yes.
but they just don't last.
No, this has done all right. The cylinder went on it. The cylinder went on it. You know, the gas canister went on it.
I had one that had a recline function. I reclined back on it, and the back
You
just
went all the
decided
way.
to go crash.
I was gonna say went all the way.
Yeah, yeah.
The
So
one
it's
that lady has is my old one, and it was in good shape still when she took it over, but it's starting to. That's one of those like equivalent of what you'd say about 80 quid ish kind
yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
And
That's
it's
what this. What
it
this
needs to
wasn't that
replace soon.
expensive.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
that,
it's like a good 6 years old.
Well, this is.
Yeah,
I think this is now probably 3-year-old. It's like I say, it's this. I changed over the cylinder, but it's not. It's now squeaking. You can hear it.
the last one I had, the back went on there. I had it for about 7 months, so I got a
I
got a
remember
refund
that.
on it. But
Yeah, it didn't have it
so
long.
I did the same as you, Benny. I upped my budget from like that
Yeah,
80, 90 quid. It's like it's not worth it if you're gonna have to buy a new chair every 2 or 3
Yeah.
years.
Well, this one's 150 quid, so
This is another like 100 quid-ish type. The one that's in the office is the good one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
went
need
down.
one like that.
I went down to Curry's and just sat in all of the high end chairs to see which one
Yeah.
felt comfortable. I sat in this one, and this one was like, oh yeah, that's the one.
yeah.
That's comfortable.
Well, I'm hoping this is because it's fake, suede, and it's got springs in the ass instead of just
nice.
foam, and it's a little bit wider. It's a wider seat, so it hasn't got the wings on it, so my fat ass can sit on it. So yeah. Hey, G. So we got
Hey, G.
He's on Amazon Serious Quest with the Wasp Nana RTA Max with DIY coconut almond cheesecake. Nom nom. Nice. And Bunny's a sucker for coconut. I like a bit of coconut every now and again. I got a coconut one the other day that's from that Miyake from Wicklicker, and it's too heavy on coconut. He told me it tastes like a McDonald's fucking milkshake, vanilla milkshake. It's vanilla coconut. All I can taste is coconut. You know, you're like,
they've tried using the old trick of using the coconut to thicken up the creams, but just dumped in far too much coconut. Somebody's tested that they can't taste coconut. That's what's happened.
Yeah, so
my favorite one,
full to coconut.
my favorite go-to for the past like year has been for thickening up, like you were saying. But as long as you don't mind the coconut flavor, coconut cheesecake, roll them.
Yeah,
that's just for some reason it just works for me. I like that flavor.
There you go. Bunny just said Miyako coconut vanilla is gorgeous. I'm not a massive fan. I'm honestly, I'm not a massive one of my. There you go. It's one of my faves. Not a massive fan of it, honestly. If I'm saying it as it is, I'm not a massive fan. It's all right. I got about a tank full and thought I can't do this all the time. All I can taste is coconut.
Yeah, I do like a nice coconut. But
I like a hint of coconut. I like a hint of coconut.
But see, you buy a juice that's actually called coconut vanilla.
You gotta expect coconut.
You gotta expect coconut.
Yeah, but I expect vanilla as well, not just full on coconut. You know what I mean?
See, I like the coconut cheesecake, and if I really want to bump that coconut, put a little bit of desiccated in it. I'm good right there.
I don't mind that desiccated. Desiccated is nice. Desiccated is nice.
See, for milkshakes and custards and stuff, what I like to use to thicken up is marshmallow.
Yep. Yeah, less flavor added.
The Wonder Flavor is gooey.
The gooey.
See, I had some flumps the other day, and I've now realised that marshmallow does actually taste like marshmallow.
Yeah.
Depends on which marshmallow, but yeah.
Because every time I get a marshmallow, I don't know what I'm expecting from it. Do you know what taste I'm expecting? But if you let a flump melt in your mouth, that's the taste that you get of a marshmallow concentrate.
I think a lot of the plumps and stuff like that, though, isn't that just vanilla flavouring anyway?
It's not quite a vanilla.
Yeah, it's a specific type of vanilla, but yeah, it's a vanilla flavoring, specific vanilla.
Sip of the lime and the coconut.
Well, marshmallow is basically a sweetener. In most cases, it has a lot of sweetener built in, so that would make sense to sweeten.
But it can also, depending on what sweetener they've used, it can also mute flavors.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can very much mute flavors.
Which is why I go with sweetener instead, because like you were saying, that muting effect.
I go with the gooey marshmallow because I don't think that's actually got the muted. But if I want to blend flavors together, I will actually use like TFA marshmallow
TFA.
because that actually blends flavors.
BBG.
But if you push it too high, it mutes flavors as well. And
Yeah, if you are new and you're wondering why we're saying muting and all that, like some flavors do actually play with other flavors, and then some of them do actually knock the flavor out. So it sort of stops it being as potent. So, like saying, if we put that marshmallow in it and you've got a strawberry, you think, oh, I've tasted that, it's really strong on its own. And then you put the marshmallow in it, it might dumb it down a bit. It might sort of, you lose
Alpine.
it.
Alpine can be rough.
It gets lost, you know. And other times you can put stuff in that round the edges off that you want to mute it down a little bit because it is, like we were just saying, it's too...
If you're getting a sharp edge to your flavor, it's a little too much, it's a little bitey. You can round it off with something like that, or TFA Vanilla Swirl does it too.
TFA Strawberry Ripe is terrible for it because that's already got EM
Sweetener
in it anyway.
Yeah.
So if you use a marshmallow with EM in there,
so EM while we're on
ethyl maltol.
Yes.
If you use, because it's already got ethyl maltol in there, if you use another flavoring with ethyl maltol, it will actually really, really dull that strawberry down to the point where you might not even be able to taste it in the recipe.
And not just that, but other flavors in the mix, whatever else you have in there, it dulls it down.
Yeah, so this is all about when we're saying it's, you know, that it knocks it out and it sort of dumbs it down a bit. That's why I was saying that it does. You know, other flavors can do that. So you've got to just be careful what you're putting in it. So EM's good for some flavors, it boosts them, and for other flavors it just
takes edges off.
Yeah.
I'm a proponent for use a sweetener if it doesn't need any edges rounded off, because you'll get more pure flavor than trying to use something else as a sweetener, because all it does is add another element you don't need in your mix that could affect the rest of your mix and flavorings. If you get your flavors right, and all you need is sweetener, just add sweetener.
Yeah. Especially, can someone tell the Malaysians to stop sweetening their juice with cotton candy?
Yeah. I have heard that a few times. Is it really? I've never had a Malaysian juice.
They're sweet. They're usually really sweet and full of cooling.
Yeah.
That's what Malaysian juices are.
That might be why they put it in there. Because coolant can have that throat hit, and that would take some of the throat hit away.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Started off with nasty juice, didn't it? That's what it started off with. All them coming over, nasty juice and that. That started with the cooling and the really sweet sort of Malaysian sort of juices coming over.
Yeah.
And then people just picked up on it that, oh, people like these. So now we'll put everything cooling in it, and fucking everything's got cooling in. You want a tobacco? Put cooling in it. You want a custard?
Tobacco.
Put cooling in it.
See, a tobacco with the marshmallow or vanilla swirl makes sense, because sometimes that can be a little bit too much for people, especially people who aren't super into tobaccos. You take off the edge of the tobacco with those, it can make it much more palatable.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian said it's too bad someone doesn't come up with an additive to neutralise flavours for when you need to ditch a recipe and start over. Yeah, should be able to boil it out, shouldn't you? Do you know?
No, there is an additive out there. It's called SINK. The only problem is it gets rid of all of it, the juice, the lot.
Yeah,
it's called
vaping. It's something that Bill should have used on that one mix he tried to save for like 6 months to a year. Remember that one? 6 months a year, he kept adding stuff to that one mix, trying to fix it, and there was no way he was fixing it.
It says, Tim, can you calm down with posting recipes? My notifications are on overdrive.
Those are probably, if your notifications are kicking in, probably 6-month-old recipes. That's the truth. It takes about 6 months for them to kick in, almost to the day.
I'm getting notifications from comments that people are leaving on recipes from like 7-8 months ago.
Yeah.
And bear in mind, I haven't published any recipes since 2023.
Yeah. Yeah, but you are right. You know, not everybody likes cooling. Not everyone.
Nope, I
I
agree
don't
with
mind a bit. I don't mind a bit of cooling. I like some cooling on my fruits. I do like cooling on my fruits.
What's the temperature like in Malaysia? It's warm, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That would make sense that they'd like a lot of cooling in their vapes.
I do like some cooling. I don't like them when they like freeze your fucking brain off. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you live in a place that's perpetual rain, so I wouldn't see you loving cooling anyway.
No, it's always cold here. It's always cold here. Cold and wet. We have 2 weeks in summer. Usually before everybody takes the summer holidays.
2 weeks a year, he likes coolant. 2 weeks a year.
It's usually around about back end of June before it goes to August, and then suddenly it's fucking pissing it down all through August then when everybody's taking the summer holidays.
Yeah.
Our comments and notifications on ELR are now up to date. Thank you.
Ooh, nice. Oh, I got that. Is that fixed so they're not
Yeah,
like
Cloud
coming
Sugar.
through for 6 months? That'd be cool.
Exactly, that's what you got to do. Hate vape. That's what it is. Can't beat it, a hate vape. Especially when you put nicotine in it, you don't want to waste it throwing down sink.
See, when you make as many mixes as I have to make for the shows, you don't hate vape as much because you don't have to.
Now, see, even when I was making loads of recipes, even when I was doing like 10, 15 recipes a week, I was still hate vaping.
Yeah.
Because I found that doing that was kind of helping me figure out where I went wrong in the recipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I figure that out, I write it down, set it aside, and then, yep, the SINK additive works. Yep.
Do you ever not put it in a bottle and see what you could come up with at the end of the year when you
I did and instantly
I did that
regretted
once.
it.
Yeah.
I did that. You ever do that where you take all your bad ones, you just mix them together and see how it turns out?
See what it
And then
turns
you're
out like.
well, that's an SINK additive.
Yeah, because I was reading loads of people just after I first started. Oh yeah, make up this mystery bottle, mystery juice, because sometimes it turns out really, really
It
good.
does.
And I'm thinking, sometimes in what dimension?
Yeah.
The last time I
shit.
did that, put them all together and tried it that way to make this awesome collaboration, I think I heard my sink groaning as it was pouring down the throat.
Space Sales Protein, I found out that sometimes your opinion on juices that you initially didn't like can change. Like a forced marriage, and in the end you learn to love each other.
Sometimes that can happen. That's why I will never just instantly dump, because sometimes you go back to that, let it sit for a few months and come back to it, and it's like, wow, that's actually not bad now.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
horrible off the shake.
Yeah, and then you still got to try and figure out though what you can change, because people
No.
aren't waiting 4 or 5 months for something to stick.
Tim, just say no. Just say no. Don't look it up. Just
I'm
say
just
no.
supposed to say no. Just supposed
yeah,
to
just
say
say
no.
no. Just say no.
Just say no.
Just
say
I
no.
must trust Bunny, right?
Just say no.
I asked you in the chat if I could use a little bit of your medicine flower dark chocolate.
Why do you steal my medicine flower dark chocolate? It's in a package, safely tucked away.
It's
Unless you stole it
it's a
already.
garden.
It's
No, I
buried in a box. Got a
It's
you see
map.
that girl?
guarded by
Hey.
3 guard dogs.
He's got a map. He's got a map and everything
I
leading
have my
to
own
it.
blueberry now, so I don't have to steal that. I just need the dark chocolate.
Are you
She's
trying
like that.
another
She's
version
like
of
that.
the
No,
Huckleberry one?
no. I've not took it. Honestly, I've not took it.
No, I haven't taken it yet. I always ask before I use his
Yeah,
medicine
go ahead.
flower. at
Go
least.
ahead. Go ahead. Just put it back.
No, we're doing barks and toffees, so I kind of want to make my contest recipe from the first ELR contest, because I made a chocolate blueberry bark and it was so good.
What's a back?
It's like
It's
kind of like a
like-
brittle. It's basically a brittle.
Yeah.
I just think a
It's,
back's off a
have
tree.
you ever seen like the sheets of chocolate that are broken up into pieces with stuff in them?
It looks like tree bark. That's why it's called bark.
Ah, right.
That's what it is.
It's another marketing ploy from
Yeah,
the manufacturers. What can we do with all this shit that we have?
What if we can do this
cracks?
brittle that didn't turn out quite right? We'll call it a bark. There we
But
go.
hey, the chat actually inspired me for my recipe Saturday, because Heed with his coconut almond and Brian, or was it Neil with the blueberry? I might have given Brian credit instead of Neil. I'm sorry. But I'm gonna make a white chocolate bar with blueberries, pecans, and coconut.
Why do you need a dark chocolate?
Because I'm gonna mix up my contest recipe too,
Oh,
because I kind of really want some. It's good.
How much do you want it?
you need to know.
yeah, good. Yeah, I've got the bargaining chip thing. Yeah.
We
Exactly.
do have a burnt maplewood flavor.
It's burnt maple, that's for sure. Yeah, that maple, I was so looking forward to that after the SSA one. I'm like, yes, another maple. And I was like, maybe the wood, but this isn't maple flavor.
BVG's all loved out. He's what is it? It's been cancelled. His court case has been cancelled. He's got 2 weeks off work, and he's been cuddling with his missus. Been at Carvery.
That's the good thing with the jury service is they can turn around and say that we don't need you for this case, so you go home. But they can always call you back up within those 2 weeks that you're supposed to have
Yes,
off.
they can.
So,
Yeah.
So technically, you cannot work.
Yeah, because if they change their mind or they get a small case that they want
But you
need
don't
filler
get
for,
you don't
quick.
get paid for it though. That's the only thing, do you? If you're not in court, you don't get paid. It's shit.
No.
Right, Neil's put a recipe in there if you want to just pick it up and want to have a look at it. Cloudchucker, he didn't know Cloudchucker made that cookie dough recipe up.
I know. And it's
Absolutely
good.
loving it.
I'm happy to see that he's actually playing around with it as well and
He has,
adding
yeah.
extra flavors and stuff.
Yeah, he's put a bit of banana in it now. Made another cookie dough and put a bit of banana in. See, that's what it is, isn't it? Once you get that base and you can play around with other flavours put in it then.
Yeah, it's a very, very good way. When you first started mixing this, a very good way of discovering how flavors work together and discovering how a mix works. Is to find a recipe that you know that you like, mix it up as it is, and then start playing around with it. Then start lowering some flavors, raising some flavors, throwing in different flavors, and just see what happens.
Yeah.
And if you find a flavor, you can taste it. It's like, wow, I thought I'd like this, but I absolutely hate it. No matter how popular it is, if it doesn't fit your palate, that's why I always do a tester of it. Try 2 different mixes with it. Make sure.
What I will say though is, if you are going to mess around with a recipe, doesn't matter anybody's recipe, even your own recipe. You're gonna mess around with a recipe. Just do one change at a time.
Yeah. Like you say, now you've got that cookie dough that you like, you can now, like you say, change out that one of the cookie doughs for another cookie dough and see what that plays like. You know, whatever you're putting in it, just change one flavour and think, oh, that's better. I like this one better. Oh, no, I liked my original one better. And have a play around with it now. That's how you get into proper mixing, is by playing around now. And then you'll be thinking, I wonder if I could do this on another flavour. I wonder if I could use this with something else. And you'll probably find then you've got 1,000 concentrates behind you thinking, how the fuck did that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So, my God, are someone going to bring that... Buckatune says, do we have a tree bark flavour?
No.
Tree
I
bark?
mean, we have oak barrel. That's a start. We have that new maple. That's a start.
I know Rocky's looking at doing tree shavings or sawdust flavors. I got Neil's recipe all queued up. I'm going to do a share screen.
Yeah, if you bring it up.
Right, so it's chai and honey e-juice recipe by Neil. So it's 3.5% TFA chai tea, 0.75% TFA honeysuckle, 1% Flavora milk and honey, and 0.5% super sweet by Peridian. Now, he says that he's getting more of a cooler flavor from that. I have a suspicion it's the milk and honey with the chai tea.
I'm going to say it'll be that chai tea and the milk and honey playing with each other, won't it? The honeysuckle might give you that little, because honeysuckle obviously is, as it says, it's floral. So you might be getting floral
It's a
off
very
of that.
sweet floral.
Yeah, so you might be getting, with them 3 mixing together, he's saying he's either getting, like a cola from it, like a Dr. Pepper sort of taste. Well, Dr. Pepper is slightly florally in it, do you know what I mean? When you drink it, it's got, so that might be, you might want to either take that milk and honey out and see what it's like with just the chai tea and the honeysuckle, or take the honeysuckle out and see what it's like with the honey.
Well, the honeysuckle is could give you, has a tendency in some mixes to give you a little bit almost a slushy vibe. So it kind of plays a trick on in your mind in some mixes.
Yeah, so that's what I'd keep, like say, keep your chai tea if you're looking for that tea sort of taste. But that obviously a chai tea is gonna be like a flowery tea anyway, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I mean,
Spicy kind of spicy floral.
if you're getting vibes of a cola flavour,
Yeah, sure.
even play around with the percentages, see if you can actually bring that cola out more.
Yeah. Go for a cola flavour instead. Yeah.
Yeah,
You might have it on. You might have it on the secret knowledge of what's in Coca-Cola. Tai Chi.
and
You're getting
honeysuckle.
if you're getting like a almost like effervescent vibe, it's probably coming from your honeysuckle.
So just have a play around with it. Like I say, if you find that it's got a Dr. Pepper taste in it, then mark it as a Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper or no Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. Bob it up and say, oh, look, a Dr. Pepper. And then suddenly everybody go, well, how's that Dr. Pepper taste? It's Dr. Pepper.
Hey, Stuart.
We got breaking news here. I just checked, and so far it's looking like the next thing we're gonna torture Lady Liberty with after chocolates is coffee. So far, there's a vote up for.
Thank
there's a
you
vote up.
so much.
It's
I
on my
appreciate
website
it.
at the bottom underneath all the flavor companies and stuff where you can go.
Yeah,
There's a link there, or you can go to the link I put in chat earlier. You can go and vote on the next flavor series, the flavor volume.
So he's thinking about adding some plum and lemon to bring more of a Dr. Pepper sort of vibe to it.
that sounds lovely. Sounds really nice. Yeah, give it a try. Like, play around with it. Like I said, see if you can bring that cola or that Dr. Pepper flavor more to the front.
Even if you don't get cherry with the plum sounds delicious. That actually sounds yummy. Like Wonder Flavors plum. What is it? Plum purple?
Brian said, I tried a cola with vanilla, but somehow the vanilla was obliterated. Yeah, I don't like cola flavours, as in that we get. They taste like the cheap flipping Panda Pop cola.
Yeah.
They all
That's all
taste
it ever
flat.
tastes like.
That's the
Yeah,
biggest problem. They're all flat.
Yeah. John says, "Ooh, he loves a good coffee. Loves a good coffee, mate. Well, stay tuned to doing that next, by the sounds of it. So you'll be able to get
There's
some
some
feedback
terrible
from it."
single flavor test coffees we're gonna have to go through. There's some bad ones out there.
And he says, "Ooh, how about a bit of caramel?" Space Tail says, "Can you do coffee with chocolate next?"
Not coffee with chocolates.
I have a boozy chocolate coffee milkshake.
I was going to say, if that coffee with chocolate is just the wind up Cassie, then I can just go all out.
I mean, on Saturday's show, maybe.
Coffee with chocolate and a hint of melon.
Well, we did do the coffees with the cocoa, and I made a half and half for that episode.
Or you could get her to do coffee chocolate with pixie stick.
Yeah, because that pixie stick works great to add a little grape to everything it doesn't belong to.
Hi, Hanky. Have fun not having a Wednesday show either, because I guess I got to go to the UK and beat some people up too.
So here's the funny part. Okay, he says that, and it was the very following week after that he finally lets people start omitting one flavor, and I could have made a decent mix without the damn flavor.
On a slightly different note, I had thought of a mix this week.
All right, yeah.
I had a grimace shake from McDonald's.
Yeah, are they nice? What are they like? What is it? I saw it, I just took a vanilla.
It is very nice.
All right.
But so it's purple. That's the whole thing with it. But I believe it is blueberry.
Right.
Very flavored.
With a hint of blackberry possibly, and maybe some grape.
All right.
But I didn't actually get diesel off it, so it's either a very good grape or there isn't actually any grape in there. But it's not.
Most people are getting blueberry.
It's not straight up blueberry and blackberry though. I'm pretty sure it's blueberry, blackberry, and a little bit of grape. in a milkshake.
Supposed to be mixed berries is what they advertise it as. It's saying that mixed berries, everybody's saying they're getting, but most people are saying one of the berries of the mixed berry is definitely blueberry. So I think you're right on.
I'm not getting any of the lighter berries like raspberry, strawberry, any
strawberry.
of
I
those.
don't like that. Dark berries, basically.
It's dark berries. I believe I believe it's blueberry, blackberry, and something else, because there's something else in there that I can't quite
Some
put
people
my
are saying
finger
cake.
on. I
Birthday
think
cake,
it might
some
be
people.
great. No, I don't think it's a bakery. I think there's grape. I think there is a little bit of grape in there, and I believe
That makes sense. Purple.
and then vanilla.
That makes sense.
Well, that
Purple
vanilla
grape.
will be your ice cream base that they use in it.
Yeah,
It's ice cream.
yeah,
It's an ice cream.
yeah,
It's just
yeah.
McDonald's use the same ice cream as they use in the milkshake as they use in the fucking ice cream.
Yeah, so it'd be
It's the same
vanilla.
thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I mean, that would make a really, really nice milkshake. It would make a really nice milkshake mix.
How to make it at home. You can make a copycat Grimace shake at home with blueberries, raspberries, ice cream, and whipped cream. I'm thinking, though, so raspberries, blackberries would make more sense. I think
I'm pretty sure there's no raspberries in there.
you would know. You would know
Yeah.
if it's raspberry.
Yeah, I couldn't taste any lighter berries. They're all dark berries.
You've been testing flavors long enough. You'd know if it's a blackberry or raspberry.
Yeah.
Sounds yummy, though. I don't think if I've had it, I don't remember it. I've been so young that I did.
It's definitely worth picking up any while they go, because I'm not sure whether it's a limited flavour thing.
Yeah, it'd be a limited edition. I'll have to try that. I'll have to try that. But
it depends if you like dark berries. If you like dark berries, it's nice.
I like that.
Really nice.
I just didn't know what it was, so I didn't pick it. Do you know what I mean? I never read it because it don't give you a description when you look at picture. It just said, I thought I don't fancy that.
Clark had one, and because I said to him, "No, I don't fancy it." Clark had one, and he's like, "Oh, go on, try some." So in the end, I relented and tried a little bit of it, and yeah, it was delicious.
I'm very upset.
Why?
Grimace Shake is not available in the United States, but only in Canada and UK.
Woo!
Uncle Paulie, we need you to come down with a Grimace shake.
Yeah,
for
Uncle
us
Paul,
to
you're gonna
try
have
it.
to keep an ice cooler and bring it down to us here. We gotta try this now.
Just while we go back a little bit, while we get back to this as a mix, Neil wants to know: has anybody had chai tea, and has it got clove in it?
Which chai tea?
I mean, I've had real chai tea, and
Yes,
I
real
do
chai tea,
believe
that's
it
what-
has a little bit of clove in it. It definitely tastes
right.
like it.
It's got a clove or something similar spice in it. I'm not 100% sure it's clove. There's a spice note.
That makes sense for the Dr. Pepper, because I'm sure I read ages ago that there was clove in the Dr. Pepper.
I love chai tea.
Right, that's probably why he's getting that Dr. Pepper-esque taste
Yeah.
to it then, isn't he? If it's got clove in it.
Oh, I used to drink them all the time at work when I was still at Dunkin'. Like every morning, I'd make myself a chai tea.
I like chai tea. It's black tea, milk, sugar, and spices.
Nutmeg.
Spices typically include cinnamon, cardamom, ginger, cloves, and black pepper. So that's where the spice is. There's definitely some spice. I like chai tea. My aunt got me into it. Like chai tea with a little bit of creamer in it. Oh,
So that's obviously why he's getting that. He's saying, is it got clove in it? He's probably tasting that clove, and that's probably what's giving him the Dr.
clove
Pepper
and black
sort of
pepper is
vibe.
definitely
Yeah.
gonna give you that vibe. Ginger, cinnamon,
Bunny's
cardamom.
saying,
It's full of it.
it's Annie's saying nutmeg, and Bunny's saying it's nutmeg. Stuart's saying they had Grimace shake here before Xmas. Tasted like fucking Ribena with milk. Was horrid.
See? But Ribena's
Looked up
got grape in
4
it.
recipes
Got grape,
now,
yeah,
and all
yeah.
4 recipes for chai tea, none of them include nutmeg. Cinnamon, cardamom, ginger, cloves, and black pepper seems to be the standard with black tea. No nutmeg.
Apparently, there is a chai charichus. Is a chai tea foamy milk with tarutus or something. Charutus. It's a French herbal liquor.
Sounds good.
Turtle's a posh gourmet, isn't he?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, of course he is.
He's a posh gourmet.
is,
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, of course he is. He says, where do you get your inspirations from for recipes? Because I watch cooking programs on the telly. You do pick it up from that as well, yeah.
Just random walk through the grocery aisle store, or even an end cap of like Walmart. You can see some teas or something. And sometimes the tea, even though the tea doesn't sound great, you think, wow, the description of that sounds delicious. I'd like to make that as something I could taste.
And Facebook.
Yep.
Tim finds a lot of recipes on Facebook and Instagram and sends them to me, and I'm like, ooh, diabetes, I can't have
too many
that.
carbs. We can make
it in the vape.
We can make it in a vape.
Yeah.
And I have made several of them, and they've been
Have you seen
banging.
what? Turtles, but a couple of angels have died because for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Google is a great place to get ideas from too. And if you have just a thing, like think you're craving a certain flavor or you want to try out a certain flavor, and just search what tastes good with this. You might come up with some strange combinations they recommend, you know, for flavor pairings, and you try them, and some of them work.
Yeah, I was getting all of my inspiration from everywhere. It was just to wander up the supermarket aisle.
Yep.
It would be a food I tried, like the Grimace shake. You know, that set me off on a creative path. I'd see a recipe on a cooking show or something like that.
Bake Off's great.
That'd
Bake Off's
be good.
great for that. Bake Off. We watch Bake Off and you think, ooh.
And then if I was really struggling for ideas, I'd just grab a random flavor from my flavors,
Mm-hmm.
and then just type in I don't know, really blood orange
Recipes with
or blood orange pairings. But then what I do, I wouldn't go with the usual, with the standard ones.
you look for
I'd
those
have it.
weird ones. Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes single flavor testing like we do, I'll taste something and I'll taste a flavor and it makes you wonder. Like eventually when you test enough flavors, you'll start to think, wow, I wonder what that tastes like with that, because it's got some similar notes in it. Would these work together? And you can get some of the strangest combinations that really do work. And sometimes they're disasters. But you gotta try.
Yeah. Klaus Nome, I ordered a chair instead with the money you don't give donated to us over Christmas, and everybody else did on the Christmas show. I've ordered a new chair, so it afforded me to buy a little bit more expensive chair to sit in. Thank you.
Yeah, because Bill wasn't doing it anymore for him.
No, so I've ordered a new chair out of the money that I was going to get some vape gear with.
You heard it here. He's calling Bill a cheap chair. He needs a better one.
So yeah, so that's what it is. Unfortunately, I was going to get one, and then I thought I really need a chair. And money came in from Christmas from the donations, some super chats. So I thought I'll buy myself a new chair. So I've ordered it. Hopefully, it'll come by the end of the week.
Nice.
So Brian saying last week my friend mixed a cucumber mint combo. The light coon, it was pretty good. I was surprised. Yeah, cucumber and mint goes well. Cucumber and mint. Neil does that. Look up flavour pairings and work with those. My mate Unky Vapes watched a UK show about making cherry bakewells in a factory and produced the best cherry bakewell vape I've ever had. It's spot on. Nice.
Oh, thank God if it's good. It's so
We'll have to get you both on.
Getting medicinal is so common. If you didn't get medicinal, you're already winning.
Yeah, well, we'll have to have a word with you and Unky and get him on. Getting you aid and get Unky on as well at the same time. We'll get you on, talk a little bit mixing. So do watch you now and again when you're on.
Remember that cherry bakewell flavor we were all excited about and then we tried? No. SSA, wasn't it? Did the cherry bakewell?
BVG says, I've got a new chair from Amazon. That's where I'm getting mine from Amazon. But it doesn't come from Amazon. It's coming from the actual place itself. So it's getting delivered by DPD.
Ew, hanky.
They're made by real Amazonian women, right?
Yes. I didn't get it from Wish or out like that.
BVG's got the one though that's got the Apple sticker slapped on the back of it.
Yeah.
With an upcharge.
With a rubber ducky.
Do you want to be in Rocky's thing? Because Brian Cooper goes well with golden syrup and wintergreen. He's put a recipe up.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a share screen on that. Once my mouse is back and not disappeared. There we go. So it's DIY Rocky's cucumber syrup e-juice. So it's 2.5% vape train cucumber, 2.5% vape train golden syrup, 0.14% TFA coulada, 10% dilution, and 1.5% TFA wintergreen.
Fake news with that picture, though. That picture belongs on the nutsack recipe. Does a pickle go with the cucumbers?
Yeah.
Well,
It says what
Pickle will go with cucumbers because pickles are literally cucumbers.
Cucumbers.
You know how many people don't know that, though? That's
Yeah, cheers, mate. Much appreciated. Cucumber testers about cactus hair. The commercial juice, it wasn't bad. Yeah, they're not. The cucumber cactus are not bad. Cactus is quite a unique flavour if you just get cactus on its own.
Coolant and cucumber go well together, too.
I made a cactus cake, didn't I?
Yeah.
I made a cactus cake, and it was absolutely delicious, but I don't think anyone else has been brave enough to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not brave enough. Nope.
It says
I'm
like
really,
Cannonball.
really sensitive to it.
He says he's like Cannonball. He's a clever one and I'm the numpty. You always got to have your straight man. He's the straight man. You're the funny one. That's what you got to say. King Babes Gaming, good evening.
Hey.
Good evening.
That reminds me, Cannonball thing reminds me of a meme I saw the other day. So did anybody else realize the Fast and the Furious is just smoking a bandit with a better budget?
I suppose it is really.
It really is. I saw that and I was like, no, wait a minute. That's true. It really is.
Yeah.
That messed me up the other day when I saw that.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, mate. If you are, so basically, this is the mixing show. So thank you for joining us. Much appreciated. It's new to this channel. So thank you very much for joining us. Don't know if you're into mixing. We're just about to go, to be honest. We're going to go on another 5 minutes. We usually go a bit longer. But we've cast it down at the moment. And so we're just keeping it short and sweet. But thank you for joining us. If you do want to know about mixing, if you have got any questions, you can put them in there. But welcome to the little family. Hope you join us more often. We got I'm a bit like that Space Turtle. These ones that buy a $3,000 chair or the $3,000 what is it? Camera. I think just for YouTube.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Are they always buying them, or are they just given to them by sponsors and stuff? Because you can tell the ones that have got the secret labs chairs, because every now and again they will get up from their chair and they will just leave it focused on secret labs on the back of the chair as they walk off. Yeah, that was a freebie.
Yeah. A lot of them will be. When you get to that level, when you do get to that level, you do get things free. You'll get super chats and things like that, so you can afford. Do you know what I mean? You know, like I say, the super chats have helped me out with getting a chair. Well, you can join us we do on here. I do 2 shows. There's one on a Sunday and one on a Wednesday. This one's more about the mixing. Sunday's a bit of everything. We talk vaping, we talk, general bollocks basically on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome to the family. Yeah, come and join us. Yeah. Come and join us. If you ever want to try mixing and you want to know something, you can put it in chat and we will get round to it and we can help you out if you ever want to get in to do a little bit of DIYing. So, But like I say, we're only doing short. We usually go till about p:30 normally, but like I say, I've got to be up early in the morning as well. I've got to go to Manchester. Manchester, fuckers.
That one of the flavors persimmon is stunning, Neil.
It's a delicious flavor.
He says he loves vaping too, and vaping saved his life. It saved everybody's life, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Saved everybody's life.
There's a reason why I go to hearings and stuff.
2 years he's been
spoke in DC, and
Awesome.
it's just all kinds of
Congratulations.
crap.
Yeah.
It's worth sticking up for. We need people to do that in the UK, Benny. You need to start going and go to rallies and
we don't have rallies. We're not allowed rallies. Not allowed.
Wait a minute,
rallies.
is that they actually? How can they ban a rally? That's just public speech. You don't have public speech over there?
No, we're not allowed it.
Really?
Yeah. You get put in prison.
That's BS.
No, it's a gathering of more than 10 people, isn't it?
Yeah, they'll say we're going to cause a riot, and we'll be
Really?
we're far right.
You're serious. You really can't do rallies over there?
No, you can. There's been protests and stuff like that. It's
You're
just
making me nervous. It's like, what kind of
See,
totalitarian
this
crap
is
are you
why
guys
we
in?
kicked Britain to the curb and became her own country.
Yeah.
We have freedom of speech. They don't.
Yeah, freedom of speech. Even the media is allowed to lie nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, just keep on going. You've got to keep on going. Just keep on plugging away, mate. Plugging away, and you'll just stick with it. It'll get easier. 2 years, you've done well.
Yeah.
2 years. You'll have your up days, you'll have your down days. Even 2 years. Everybody does.
The important part is the quality of life over anything else. There's no guarantee we didn't already do the damage. Question is, I'm not waking up coughing up a lung and black crap every
Exactly,
morning.
yeah, that's the best thing.
Yeah.
And you don't wheeze.
yeah.
You don't wheeze.
And I can
when
walk without
yeah.
feeling winded. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't need a permit there to gather. No, you don't need a permit. If you're doing a march, you've got a permit. And we can't get people gather around Parliament because, for simple reasons, they'll throw you in prison because you're far right. Because you don't agree with what they say, then you're far right.
Oh, so it's the refs in Kansas City. Got it. Mhm. Watch that game. We should not have watched that game. I've never been so irritated in my life.
Bills should have won that game. The calls were so bad.
Wasn't like it was a bad game on either side. Just those calls were definitely.
Right.
Still
we are going to call it
irritating.
there. We will go around and say our goodbyes. So we'll start with Tim.
This weekend, doing barks, as many loves, or toffees, or brittles, whichever you prefer to call them. They're all basically the same thing, like flat, usually nut, but not always nut, like layer of some kind of candy-ish kind of substance. Tuesday, back to some more of the chocolates. Yay! Cassie's excited. We're getting close to the end, and yeah, that's about it for me, other than being here with these lovely gentlemen that do not do a long show because we don't have the graham cracker holding us together, but that's okay. So I'm going to give it to Liam. So Lady goes last this time.
Thanks, everybody. Great every week, as you are every single week. You know, as we've said before, without everybody in chat giving us questions and joining in, there wouldn't be much of a show. And thanks for linking recipes in chat as well, Hanky. Much love.
Mhm.
Right, and I will pass it over to night, everybody, and I will pass it over to Cassie.
Bye. Have a great night. Tim might not be here much longer because I'm about ready to murder him in his sleep for the chocolates.
I'll just
I'll pass it to Betty.
just make sure you bury him next to the medicine flower, so at least you know where the medicine flower dark chocolate is.
I'm not gonna bury the medicine flower dark chocolate. If I bury him,
No.
I just get all of
No,
it.
but
Yeah.
no, but Tim's buried the medicine flower dark chocolate in the garden. There should be a treasure map in the house somewhere leading
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
X marks the spot.
It's somewhere in all them acres somewhere.
Yeah, we have 12 acres, so
Exactly. He's put it in the furthest way in the corner.
I'll be nice to him. He did get me a coffee warmer, so my coffee's still
Oh
hot.
yeah, the Bull City thing too. Next that'll happen for next show, won't it? February's coming for next show.
Yes.
The first
Yes.
is Saturday, so yeah.
Yeah, any orders going to Bull City using AFL over $75 get entered into a chance for my birthday in February, March, and a chance for $100 gift certificate for my birthday. That's what they're doing for my birthday this year. $100 for any orders over $75 get a chance. Multiple orders, multiple chances. Anything that's over $75 is AFL.
There you go. So
Did
thank you
anybody
very
understand that?
No. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us tonight. Much appreciated. Like I say, if you had a new mixer, don't forget to join us, and you can put everything in chat, anything you want to know, and we will get around it. If you want to go over to Monkey on Juice, the home of the U.K.E-liquid Mixing, you will find some of the mixing there. You'll find our Graham and people in there vacating, loitering, whatever you want to call it, in there, that will be able to give you a hand. Don't forget to go over for Liam on ELR, Tim and everybody over on ELR if you want your flavour to see what's doing on the recipes. Go over and watch Tim on, is it Tuesday, Saturday?
Yep.
Tuesdays and Saturdays. Yep.
Tuesdays, Saturdays. They're going over chocolates for the next 3 months.
No, we're
and-
almost done.
All right, sorry, they're almost done. They've got 3 weeks left then, and then they're on coffee. So go over and do a single flavour test
Well,
and see what they think.
maybe coffee. Whatever
No, maybe
wins.
coffee. Whatever wins. Go vote for coffee. Do use AAFL on Nom Noms. 15% off. You can use it on Bull City flavour. Bull City, whatever it's called.
Bull City
Bull City.
and DIY Canada and VSL.
There you go. AAFL. If you want some money off. We will be here next week, same time, same place. So good night.
Night
Bye.
all and impeccable timing, Fiddy.
Hey, Fiddy. Bye, Fiddy.
Hey,
Hey,
Fiddy.
Fiddy. Bye, Fiddy.